Hello and welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hi, my name is Mary and welcome to another Craft Day Monday, where every Monday I post a new video. In today's video I decided to do another bird craft. So basically what you're going to need for this project is you're going to need clear plastic, scissors, a piece of cardboard, green moss, fake grass. You're going to need stones or rocks from your yard or wherever you get them from. I got two little birds, and I got these from Dollar Tree, and I already went ahead and opened them and took them out of its package. And you're going to need hot glue and glue sticks and a glue gun. And the most important thing that you're going to need is a cup and saucer. And as you can see, I already went ahead and glued mine down. I glued this in place last night with E6000. It has to set for 24 hours before it's completely dried. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera down so y'all can see what I'm doing. Okay, so as you can see, I went ahead and I painted my piece of cardboard blue. And what I did because obviously the cup you have to close the opening of the cup. So what I did was I turned this upside down. I traced the opening of the cup. I cut it out and I glued it in place, and I just went ahead and painted it blue. And as you can see, I used some glitter, which is optional. You don't have to use it if you don't want to. I used glitter and sprinkled it on there just to give it a little shine, as you can see. So I'm just going to go ahead and set this stuff to the side, and we're just going to go ahead and work with our plastic. So as you can see, I have clear plastic here, and what I'm going to do is cover the top of this. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to take our scissors, and we're just going to go ahead, cut up a little strip, and I'm just cutting these ends off because we don't need them. So we're just going to go ahead and cut those off. Cut the other one. I'm going to move this to the side. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and I am just going to tug on this. I'm just going to pull and tug. And as you can see, it's starting to give us some little crinkles in it. Just keep tugging and pulling. That's what like I did here. So now we're going to take our glue gun very carefully, and we're just going to take and make lines all the way down. And you're going to do this until you're happy with how many lines you have. And you can do this as many times as you like, and just do it quick, and you don't have to worry. If you got a low temp gun, the plastic is not going to melt. And I'm just going to grab another glue stick because I want mine to be fuller than what it is. So I am just going to continue to do this all the way down to the end. And hot glue dries very quick, as you all know. So, yeah. Just do it as many times as you like. Now, I'm just going to allow that time to cool a little bit. And I'm just going to set this to the side. Now, while that's cooling, I'm going to go ahead, grab my fake grass, and I'm just going to open it up. And I'm just going to go ahead and go around. I'm just going to go ahead and go around the, just around the edge. So grab your hot glue. And you want to do this step pretty quick because hot glue, as you know, dries very fast. So, yeah. So I'm just sticking this down on here, just like this. And I'm going to do this all the way around the lid, allowing my plastic to dry. So just keep on tucking it. I'm just going to continue to go around. This part gets a little bit messy, but it's easy to get cleaned up. Just tuck that. Like this. I'm just going to continue to go around. I'm going to go all the way around the whole saucer. Sticking this on in different places. And you don't have to do this. This is totally up to you. I just like the way it all looks once everything is put together. So like this. Like that. And I'll go through and I'll add any more if I need to. Or should I say add more if I need to. So grabbing another glue stick. And I'm just going to put a little bit right here. Stick it there. And as you can see, I left this end open and I left that open for a reason. So now I'm going to go ahead and just clean up my little mess. Get this all cleaned up. So now that we have that glued in place, what I'm going to do now is take my plastic, the one that we went ahead and put the hot glue on. And I'm just going to take that little piece off. Alrighty. And I am just going to go ahead and place it on here. Just like this. And I'm going to cut away at it. And I'm still going to use what I'm cutting away. Nothing is not going to be used. We're going to use everything. So we're just going to go ahead, cut this off. Just like this. And now I'm just going to take some hot glue and we're just going to put it on top of this. And we're just going to go ahead and stick this right down on top. And I'm going to add the rest of that and I'm just going to start layering it up. So again, I'm just going to cut, round it off. Do the same thing over here. And you can add as much or as little as you want. Like I said, it's really up to you. It depends on how well you want this to look. And I am just going to go ahead, add some hot glue here. Stick this right down on top, just like that. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to take my scissors and just cut off the ends. Just add a little more down here, right here. So basically we just kind of securing the top piece down. Grab a glue stick. So this is what it looks like so far. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my other pieces of plastic, because I'm going to use all the plastic that I just covered in hot glue. All of it's going to be used. So we're just going to clear that. Grab your glue gun. Go ahead, stick that in place. And now I am just going to go ahead and cover this. That's what we have so far. Now I'm going to bring one of my birds. I guess it doesn't matter which one. I think I'm going to go with the one like that's looking out, and I'm just going to stick him. So we're just going to grab some hot glue, stick it on the belly of the bird, and we're just going to stick that right here. And I'm just going to hold it here for a minute, allow it time to dry. And then I think I want to put my other one here. So just put a little bit on the handle and just stick it down off in there and allow that to dry. This is what it looks like so far. Now we're going to go ahead and make our waterfall so it's going down. So I'm just going to take my scissors before I do any of that and just clean up my little pieces of grass that's sticking out, which you could totally leave if you want. Now we're going to take that same plastic, and I am just going to go ahead and cut a piece. Cut the ends off like we did before. Now here is where I'm going to play and see how I want it to look. I think I'm going to fold it. So let me fold it over. I'm folding it over, and I'm just going to put it here just to see how it's going to look. Okay. So what I'm doing is I am cutting another piece out, and I'm cutting it in like a U shape, kind of. Yeah. So I cut it in like a U shape. And I'm just going to go ahead and place it here just to see how it's going to look. So let's cut a little off. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just cutting and piecing it together as I go, because I don't exactly know how much I need to take off. You could always take off, but you can't add. Or maybe you can. But, yeah. Well, yeah, I guess you can add, but you can't take away. There we go. So, what I'm going to do, I want to make sure that's out of the way. I don't want no greenery in this area. So what I'm going to do now is grab my glue gun and a glue stick, and we're just going to go ahead, and I am going to go ahead and make some squiggly lines down through here. Let's get that out of the way because I did not want no greenery. And I'm just going to go ahead, add that here, like that. Now we're going to take our piece of plastic And we're gonna, let's get that out of the way. And we're just gonna stick this right down on here. And I'm trying to make sure my plastic, I'm gonna give it a little tug. And then I'm just gonna stick it down off in here. Just like that. And now I'm gonna take my hot glue gun and I'm just gonna go over it. And I'm making little zigzag patterns on it. So let's do that. Okay. Now. Okay. So now we're going to take our other piece of plastic. We're going to give this a tug like we did before. And I'm just going to place it on here so I can see how I want it to look. But I think what I'm going to do is just cut a little off instead of folding it over. I think I'm just going to cut some off to make it where it's not as wide. So I had a little glue that got on it. So let's see here. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do the same thing. We're just going to drag our hot glue right across the plastic. And try to do better than me. Try to keep it on the plastic and off the desk. The good thing about it is that the plastic will peel, the hot glue, I mean, will peel right off of the plastic. So it's fine. Off the desk, I mean. I've had a long day, y'all. Like, I've been busy. Grab another glue stick. I want this one to be really full. Like, I almost don't want to be able to see any of the plastic. I want it to be fully covered. Because this is the part that's going to be flowy. So let's do that up there. Now I'm just going to let that dry. And while I'm doing that and letting that dry, I have my little rocks that we have here. And you're just going to randomly stick your rocks. And it's totally up to you. You don't have to have rocks in here if you don't want. I just think the rocks just make everything look so much better. But that's just me. So basically all I'm doing is just randomly sticking rocks on here. And you could just stick them wherever you like. Like that. Let's grab one of these. And let's stick it here. Like that. Okay, so now I'm going to grab this piece of plastic and I am just going to go ahead and yeah, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it over on this stuff like this. So that way it's up like that. So just put a little piece of our little hot glue down right across the edge of your cup. And we're just going to go ahead and hold it like, fold it under and hold it like this. So basically what I did was I put some glue here. I'm holding it here. Just like that. And I'm just going to add some hot glue right through here. But don't burn your fingers. Now, we're going to go ahead. Let's get that little piece moved. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to leave it where it's like that. So you're going to put a little bend in it and you're going to glue down the end here. So we're just going to hold this and glue it down. Bring it all the way to the end. Cut off any extra that overlaps. And this is what we have. So now I'm going to take another piece of that plastic, that thin piece of plastic, and we're just going to go ahead and add some strips. You're going to go through a lot of glue sticks. A lot. Now we're going to let that dry. And I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue down through here. And I'm just going to stick some more of that green moss right down there. Just like that. And I'm just breaking away any of the greenery that may have gotten onto. There we go. So let's move that. So now that we have that, grab that piece of glue that you just made, and we're just gonna stick that. I'm just gonna go ahead and put that right around the edge of the We're just gonna go ahead and put that down just like this. Go ahead and cut off the extra because we don't need it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and you're going to take your hot glue, and right on the end, you want to just put a bunch of hot glue right up there. You want to let that dry. And when that dries, we're just going to add a little bit of white paint to it just to make it bubbly. So I'm just going to continue to do this. So basically you're just adding a little bit of a heel. Just going to stick that there and tuck that down. So we're going to go ahead and I am just going to add a couple of the small rocks up front. So we're just going to put one here. And then I'm just going to put a little one here like this. And we're going to do the same thing to the other side. And yeah. I'm kind of trying to mix the rocks up a little bit so they're not like exactly the same. So we're going to put one here, and then I think I'll take the white one. And let's put that there, just like that. Okay. So now let's get all of that out of the way. So now that we have our where we took our hot glue and put up a nice little pal here. It's not quite dry yet, but it's dry enough for me to do what I need to do. And this step is totally optional. You don't have to do it if you don't want to. And I don't know how well you can see, but I am taking some white paint, and I'll put everything that I use in the description box also. So I am basically taking some white paint, and I am just going to go ahead and just put a little bit of that white paint right around the edge, just like that. And like I said, totally optional. You don't have to do this step. And you can't really see it because it's white, but it's there. It's like a bubbly effect type deal going on here. And now only thing I'm going to do is just take my hot glue gun, and I am just going to go ahead and just drag this down again. So all I'm doing is just adding more little strips of hot glue on the plastic. So that's all we're doing. And like I said, you don't have to do this stuff. I just like for my waterfalls to be realistic. And I'm just going to take my finger and drag. And that is it. And this is what we ended up with. So this is what we have. If I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera back up. So here it is. If you like this video, please give me a like and a thumbs up. If you want to see me do any other type of video, please let me know in the comment box below. And yeah, if you are not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can become part of my YouTube family. Also, ring the bell. That way, you'll be notified every time I post a new video like this one. So, yeah, with that being said, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch one of my videos. And I hope you all have a very nice night. Bye.